Hello, Brunonian staff members. My name is Sarah Latham, and I'm the Executive Vice President for Finance and Administration. And welcome to Bear Day 2025. This is such a special opportunity to celebrate you. This week, we've honored staff members who've received excellence awards. We've marked service milestones for staff members across the campus. And today, we have the opportunity to come together in fellowship to celebrate you and highlight the work that you do and the contributions that you make. You know, in times of challenge or uncertainty, it is especially important to create opportunities for community and celebration. Our staff are so talented. Leveraging your creativity and leaning into your problem-solving skills are vital as we undertake the campus mission, and do so with an external environment that can feel very fluid and full of a lot of change. But we know the power of your creativity and your innovation. It was exemplified by those Excellence Award winners, and I believe these skills permeate our staff. Though I am always struck by the great talent and skill of our staff, which are attributes I get to see every day in action, that's actually not what I think is the most distinguishing or impactful element of our staff community. Rather, what I think positions Brown not just to survive, but thrive into the future, even in the most challenging of times, is the ethos of care that I see across our staff community. Care for our mission, care for your work, care for our students, and, very importantly, care for each other. My office looks out on the Van Wickle gates, which I love. Every day, I get to see people taking selfies in front of the iconic gates. I get to see high school students and their families on tours. I witness students walking to class or gather with friends sitting on the grass and studying. I see faculty and staff walking between meetings and talking about the day's events. It is our community in action every day outside my window. On that windowsill sits one of my most cherished possessions. It is a small sculpture that was a gift from my mom. The sculpture is of two figures. One is pushing a ball up a hill, and the second figure is helping push the first figure. When my mom gave this to me years ago, she said that in life, sometimes we will be the person helping to push others up steep hills, and sometimes we will be the ones who need support to make it up that mountain. Some of you might have heard me talk about our campus community by using the analogy of a backpack. Whether you are joining Bear Day virtually or in person, I want you to imagine that each of your colleagues is carrying an invisible backpack every day. In that backpack is everything that each of us is carrying, both professionally and personally. The things we might not say out loud, the struggles we might not speak of. For some of you, the backpack might feel pretty light today and filled with a lot of good news. Perhaps you just learned you're about to be a grandparent. Maybe your spouse just got a promotion. Maybe you just came back from a wonderful vacation, or maybe you just got a new puppy. Some of you might feel that your backpack's pretty heavy today. Perhaps you're dealing with a personal health crisis. Maybe you're taking care of a sick child or an aging parent. Maybe your child's dealing with a mental health challenge. As you look around any room on any given day of the week, either virtual or in person, you won't necessarily know the weight of anyone's backpack, whether it feels light or whether it feels heavy. But that's where your ethos of care comes in. As is true with my sculpture, at work we are all trying to contribute to advancing the Brown mission. There are tasks and projects and initiatives we're trying to push up a hill towards our shared goal. And we're all doing this while wearing those backpacks. At times, the weather as we climb the hill can be sunny and the terrain pretty easy to navigate. And at times, the conditions might be challenging as we ascend. For those who have a heavy backpack, that can be especially tough. But our greatest resource is each other. So let's be aware and notice if a colleague's backpack seems heavy. If our own feels light that day, we might need to help push others up that hill. And if we don't have the capacity to help push them, well, walking alongside them in fellowship can make a big difference too. Assuming good intent and tapping into our capacity for empathy will help us all on this very important journey. It's an important journey because of the special mission of Brown, and therefore it's an impactful journey. And I am grateful beyond measure to be on that journey with such amazing staff colleagues. So thank you to each of you for all that you do every day to advance Brown's mission. And happy Bear Day.
Good afternoon. My name is Marie Williams, and I'm the Vice President for Human Resources. And I'm already going to go off script because you do not know how my heart feels full just to see all of your faces here today. You can already feel the energy. I've seen a few of the whoop-woos when you saw your names on the board. And we also want to acknowledge those employees who are not able to be in the room with us today, but are joining us remotely via live stream. A special thank you to Sarah Latham for welcoming us and for her inspirational and heartfelt message, and also for setting the stage for this ceremony and celebration, which is really about caring and appreciation. I also want to thank President Paxson and the President's Office for their continuous support of our employee programs. Unfortunately, President Paxson couldn't be here today, but we always hear her support and gratitude for our staff, and I know she really loves Bear Day. Before we get started, I also want to thank a lot of people, and normally I would do this at the end, but as you can see, it takes a village. So if you can indulge me just for a few moments, I wanted to thank a lot of people. I wanted to thank MJ Malpidi and the Learning Development and Engagement team. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know I always like my whoop whoops. Daniel Izzy and Nicole Oates with the Event Strategy and Management team. Office of Communications and Media Services and Dining Services, Department of Public Safety, Facilities Management, and the Events Operations team. I should say teams. And also, of course, our UHR staff volunteers. And I cannot leave out usual staple of Bear Day, Jeff Green, who gives us the wonderful... Thank you so much, Jeff, for all that you do. As always, we're here to celebrate you and all of the credible work you've done for the university over the past fiscal year, and also the work that we know you're going to be doing for the rest of this calendar year and beyond. Each and every one of you is a vital part of this community, and I'm just so blessed to see you all today. And it's unwavering success. And during times like this, it's even more critical for us to be reminding ourselves of the impact we have when we connect and have that collective resilience as our community grows and thrives together. This collaborative and communal spirit, I believe, and I know you believe, is what makes Brown special and great as it is. And it's in this spirit I'd like to take a moment to celebrate, first, our 2024 Excellent Award recipients. So if you're in the room, a lot of you are already standing, so if you can wave. Do I have any waves out there? Let's give them a round of applause. Well done, and thank you so much. I also would like to recognize our past Excellence Award winners. So if you're in the room, same thing. If you can you can do a little movement like me if you want. I see a lot of that. I love it. Thank you so much. And also, as you can see from the board, we're also recognizing our years of service recipients. And so their names have been on the board. We'll continue to see it scroll throughout the celebration. But if you're celebrating a years of service milestone, if you can also wave. All right. There are a lot of hands in the room waving. Thank you so much for your service and commitment to Brown. I also want to take a moment to give a special acknowledgement to a dear staff member, and I'm pleased to say also friend of mine, Janet Cooper Nelson. Janet has served Brown as the chaplain of the university, director of the Office of Chaplains and Religious Life, and a faculty member since 1990. Woo! I mean, can you believe that? Almost 35 years. And Janet has led the multi-faith team of associate chaplains, supported and advocated for our students, and numerous commencements, convocations, and other events, and has enriched our community with a better understanding of spirituality and religious practice. I feel like we could really be here for years if we wanted to talk about Janet, and Janet is very humble, so we will not do that. But it's safe to say, Janet, we love you, we thank you for all that you're doing, and you've touched so many lives, and so we would like to give you just a token of our gratitude.
So you might know it's dangerous to say to the chaplain, would you like to say a few words? I promise only a few. Brown has given me so many gifts. The only words I really have to say are thank you. But I thought about a poem that I was told about maybe my second year at Brown, and maybe you know it. I just want to read you a few words because it's how I think of all of you. The poem is written by Marge Piercy, and the title of it is To Be of Use. The people I love the best jump into work head first without dallowing in the shadows, and they swim off with sure strokes almost out of sight. I love people who harness themselves like an ox to a heavy cart, who pull like water buffalo with massive patience. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go into the fields of harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who are not parlor generals or field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out. The work of the world is common as mud. Botched, it smears the hands and crumbles to dust. But the thing worth doing well has a shape that satisfies, clear, clean, and evident. If I had to describe what it's been like to work at Brown, it's to have been on a team where people know what it is to be of use and are trying daily to do that. And there's been no greater honor for us as the chaplains to be with you in those moments, some of them heartbreaking, some of them absolutely joyous. I see in this group people whose weddings I've been part of, babies that have been blessed. We've stood together when we've lost colleagues or when the world felt like it was falling apart. For the privilege and honor to be together in those moments, knowing that our purposes as an academic institution are to be truly of use to our own community, to the democracy, to the world, and in my language, to God. There's nothing better. So I say, with a broken voice, thank you. It's meant the world.
Janet, we want you to know that we are here today wishing you all the best. We'll see you in coffee shops there, providing mentorship and commencement. Notice she added that, and commencement, and convocations. We appreciate all that you do. And so without further ado, let's get right into our program. And here to bring us a message of community and gratitude is Reverend Delphain, Demosthenes, Associate University Chaplain for the Protestant community. Thank you, Delphain. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good afternoon to all of you. I'm thrilled to have this privilege to join with the rest of you to celebrate the remarkable contribution that each of you have made or continue to make here at Brown. In my Christian tradition, there is a concept deeply embedded within a biblical passage that I believe powerfully describes who we are as workers at Brown and the nature of the work that we do. This text is found in the first letter to the Corinthians, the 12th chapter. Paul, the writer, poignantly illustrates this concept as a living organism known as the body. He says, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. Thus, now if the foot should say, because I'm not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I'm not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But if, in fact, God has placed the parts of the body, every one of them just as God wanted them to be. If there were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, I do not need you. The head cannot say to the feet, I do not need you. On the contrary, those parts of the body that seem to be weaker are indispensable, and the parts that we think are less honorable, we treat with special honor. The parts that are unpresentable are treated with special modesty. While our presentable parts need no special treatment, God has put the body together, giving greater honor to the parts that lacked it, so that there should be no division in the body, that its parts should have equal concern for each other. If one part suffers, every part suffers. If one part is honored, every part rejoices with it. As you could hear, the scriptures speak of the body as having many members, but it's one body function, each playing vital role. No part of the body is expendable. Some members may be more visible, but every organ, every limb, every cell contributes to the health and the vitality of the whole. Take the heart for an example. It is an invaluable part, central to life itself, yet if removed from the body, its values deteriorate. No matter how significant it is, its purpose is only realized within the larger system to which it belongs. The same is true for us here at Brown. Every sector of our universities is essential. Every department, every office, every role, seen or unseen, matters. So today, we pause to celebrate the body, which is all of you. We pause to acknowledge the extraordinary work being done across this campus, from the president's office to the chaplain's office, from facility management to dining services, from residential life to public safety, from student affairs to health and wellness services. Every one of you play a role in shaping this institution. To the faculty who teach, to the staff who ensure our students are supported, to the researchers in our laboratories, the librarian who safeguard our knowledge, to the IT professionals who keep us connected, to those in admission, financial aid officers who open the doors for future generations, to the custodial teams who look after our spaces, to the groundkeepers who maintain our campus, to those in human resources, payroll, and administration who make sure everything runs smoothly. You are all integral to this body. It is our collectivity that it is in our collectivity that we find strength. It is in our unity that we become who we are meant to be. Today, as was done earlier, I'm a little partial. Please forgive me. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude, to give thanks for the labor of love and excellence that sustain Brown, that include all of you, but in particular, in the spirit of gratitude, I want to take a moment again to honor someone who has given so much to Brown University. In my opinion, she is an iconic figure whose legacy will be felt for years to come. The Reverend Janet Cooper Nelson, her impact over this past 30-plus years has been immeasurable. Her vocational work, her prayers, her pastoral care, her ministry of presence, her wise counsel. If you ever spent some time with Janet, you know what I'm talking about. Her unwavering love and commitment to this community have shaped lives in ways that cannot be quantified. As she transitioned into retirement, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to her. We want to celebrate her and acknowledge the depth of her contribution. We are grateful that you labored long and successfully here at Brown. You made us better as an institution. And now to all of you who are gathered here, let this moment be a reminder that you too are valuable. We see you. We acknowledge your amazing contribution as well. You are part of something greater than yourselves. Your work here is indispensable. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for being part of this body. Today, we thank God for you. We celebrate you. I love you all. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Reverend Del, for those wonderful words reminding us that we all matter, that we are a unified body. There is not one part of us at Brown that can survive or be successful without the other. And it takes all of us together to make Brown be what it is, to service our students and our faculty and staff. And I thank you for that message of unification and reminder that we are all connected. Regardless, we are all connected. So with that, I'm delighted to also welcome to the podium Dr. Mukesh Jain, Dean of Medicine and Biological Sciences. Come on up, Mukesh. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Marie, and good afternoon, everyone. Really a pleasure and a privilege to be here on Bear Day to acknowledge and recognize all of you, all that you do, the hard work, the commitment, and the vital contributions that you provide to our shared mission. I would be remiss if I did not also acknowledge, I've only been at Brown 3 years, but I've had the pleasure and privilege of also working with Reverend Janet Cooper Nelson. And Janet, I'll just say thank you for enriching all of us. And I have felt it in just 3 years. I know you've been here for 35. Many know Janet perhaps better than I do. But thank you for all that you've done and for really impacting so many lives over the years. So I am the part of the body that works in the Division of Biology and Medicine. And if you're looking at me saying, who is this guy? That's because this part of the body is on the other side of the mighty Providence River, okay? In the jewelry district, yeah. But in all seriousness, our goal in biomed, as we call it, is to advance knowledge and improve the health and well-being of people and planet. We're a big unit, we're complicated, and we've been working over the last few years on a really ambitious effort to reimagine science, medicine, and healthcare, and in doing so, shape the future of this magnificent university and the broader Rhode Island community. but it doesn't happen. Something of that scale does not happen in isolation. It takes a team. Behind every breakthrough in the research laboratory, every successful class, every patient that's cared for, there's a team of individuals ensuring that things run smoothly. And often that team is unseen. The excellence of our university staff is the backbone of our efforts, and all of you provide the critical support that allows our students, our faculty, and our researchers to thrive. You keep our laboratories running efficiently, provide the essential support for our students and faculty, and that spans from facilities to finance. You help us manage complex operations, navigate challenges that undoubtedly arise with creativity and resilience, and foster an environment where our faculty and students can best work. Quite simply, none of that would be possible without the support of the university's staff. And beyond individual contributions, what makes this community truly special is the way we support and uplift one another. Brown has always been a place where collaboration and connection is deeply valued. It is the dedication and spirit of all of you that make this a fantastic place, a community. Whether in times of success or challenge, it's that shared commitment to one another that strengthens us. After all, that is the ethos of Brown. And it's really important today, and you heard this a little bit in Sarah Latham's remarks, we're navigating an era of uncertainty and rapid change in higher education, in science, in healthcare, and frankly, the world around us. In these moments, we find and we have to continue to find strength in one another. And if we do so, if we inspire each other, not only with our skills and expertise, but with our perseverance and compassion, we will continue to be able to maintain our commitment to our mission. So today, as we celebrate Bear Day, I want to take a moment again to express my deepest gratitude. Thank you for your dedication, your resilience, and for making Brown a remarkable community. Your work matters, your work is profound, and your excellence makes a difference every single day. Thank you so much, everyone, for all that you do. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Marie, for giving me a chance to share a few comments.
Thank you so much, Mukesh, for your inspiring words. I heard things around, again, communication, collaboration, community, commitment. I like to link like words. I see lots of C's there. Thank you so much for those words and reminding us again about the connection that we have in the important community. Now I'd like to welcome our final speaker, Wendy Schiller, Alison S. Resler, Professor of Political Science, Director of the Taubman Center for American Politics and Policy. How'd you say all that all in one breath, Wendy? And I haven't finished yet. An Interim Director of International and Public Affairs. We're delighted to have Wendy join us for Take. Come on up, Wendy.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Yeah. So you know I stand to the left or the right of the podium, never behind the podium, those of you who've seen me before. So I think I might be one of the more long-standing Brown employees, second to Reverend Janet Cooper Nelson. I've been here a very long time. And a little personal information, which I will not be sharing on with Jean Valcenti on Tuesday mornings. Is that Janet Cooper Nelson married me and my husband. Yeah. And we are going to celebrate our 17th wedding anniversary in September. So she was excellent karma. I had to meet with her. We had to meet with her together. We had to answer questions. But then she cleared us to the relief of my family who had been waiting for me to get married for a really long time. So, and I married a Rhode Island engineer, libertarian engineer. So I want to just say that I think to myself, how many of you have I either called in the old days or emailed? And I think it's a pretty big number. I'm looking at the facilities folks, and I'm thinking, you get phone calls from me. And I was in Blistein House. I don't know how many people go to Blistein House, political science. I'd been moving from, in Prospect House and also took over some parts of Blistein House, and it was freezing. It was just always freezing. And I went to work one day, and I was wearing my coat because I was so cold. And I had my first job when I got out of college in Washington, D.C. I worked for a man named Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. If you go to take the train to New York, you walk into Moynihan Station now, and that's the guy. And when you got in, you got like 40 minutes of orientation. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But one of the instructions was, if you need something, call. And don't just call anybody. Pick the highest ranking person you can find and call and say, Senator Moynihan would like information about this. And you'd be amazed. I really turned very quickly into, please help me, otherwise I'll get fired. But it started out nicer than that. And I literally used to say that more than a few times. So I was freezing, and I thought, who should I call? Because I can't fix the radiator and the window's broken, and I thought, I'm calling facilities. Well, who should I call at facilities? So I emailed the head of facilities because I thought, well, I'm just gonna go to the top. And miraculously, 25 minutes later, a very nice gentleman whose name I do not remember brought me a space heater. Came into my office and looked at me, and I was literally in my wool coat, and brought me a space heater, and I still have the space heater in Watson, because Watson 111 Thayer was built in 2001. Some interesting HVAC issues in that building. So you end up being freezing in the summer and hot in the winter. But anyway, the point is, whenever I've called, and I still call media services, I start teaching this winter, and I should know by now with the air media how to get on, and you do the HTTP and the address and the code, but there's a trick, and so I had to call again. And I feel so bad for media services when I call. It's not like a calm person calling, really plaintively saying, help me, I have to teach. I can't get it to work. Why doesn't it work? Have you tried this? Patience, wait 30 seconds for it to reload. It'll give you a new code. Oh, okay. Oh my God, it worked. And they're like, yeah, anything else? I'm like, nope, not today. But be rest assured, someday in the future, I will be calling still. I'm not retiring yet. So I just want to say, I feel like it's a Rhode Island thing also. I just feel like Rhode Islanders are so welcoming. I originally was from New York. Don't hold it against me. Yes, Yankees, Giants, the whole thing. But I thought Boston was very chilly, and I thought Rhode Island was always so great and welcoming and warm. And when I'm going to work and somebody says good morning, I say hello to them. Last year I gave a keynote, and I said, even in those uncertain times, I said, everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be recognized. We're human beings. So having the opportunity when you say hello to me or I say hello to you, and sometimes you say, way to go with Jean, sometimes you say, wasn't so happy with your performance. Either way, I'm happy to hear from you, and I'm happy to see you. And having worked at Watson this year, I want to say I felt bad for them. They didn't know what was coming either when I came in the door. And I don't know if Lori is still here. Lori, there you are. And Lori has been an amazing, amazing person who's guided me this entire year. So I want to say thank you to Lori in particular, and for surviving me. And Kathy is looking at me with her arms folded. She's seen me at so many receptions, and I'm not at the bar. I think this is a change. I'm growing up. And speaking of the bar, Jeff is laughing at me too. I mean, literally, I feel like I know all of you except for the ones that are born, you're younger than I've been here as long as I've been here, which is 31 years starting in July. But I want to say now I'm over time, and I'm between you, your drink tickets, and the bar. And my father always taught me that that was not a good place to be. So on behalf of all the faculty who are appreciative of you and all the faculty who should be more appreciative of you and don't show it frequently enough, I would like to say we're not such horrible people, but we can behave badly, and I apologize for all of us that behave badly. And I want to say that I feel like I won the jackpot in getting this job 30 years ago, and each and every one of you makes me feel like I won the jackpot every day. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you for being here, and thank you for reminding us about laughter, that we can make fun of ourselves and each other, and most of all, that we have struck the jackpot by being at Brown, getting the opportunity to get to work together. So thank you, Wendy. So before we get a chance to wrap up, an all good Bear Day tradition, I would now like to turn your attention to the big screen for our annual Bear Day video. This year, Learning Development and Engagement and our Office of University Communications have partnered to create another heartfelt video that really does show just how much colleagues across our campus, our faculty, as Wendy said, truly care and appreciate you and also each other. So let's roll it.
Brown employees are remarkable. Your efforts every day make our campus a better place to learn, to work, to live, and to be in community. You do this work not just because it's your job, but because you truly care about each other and about Brown's mission of advancing scholarship and research within a strong, diverse, inclusive community. This year, we asked faculty, staff, and students to tell us about their unsung heroes, someone on staff who's made a positive impact in some way, large or small. We received 85 messages recognizing employees from more than 40 departments. Let's hear some of these wonderful stories.
I just want to take a moment to say how much you brighten my days at Brown.
I admire your consistently cheerful, can-do, glad-to-help approach.
Always with a smile on your face. You are so generous, kind, inclusive. We are lucky to have you.
I'm glad that you have an open door policy and can listen to a problem and always suggest great solutions.
Working with you always instills confidence for every event.
You should be kept in the archives because you are one of Brown's greatest treasures.
I have never met anyone who is more willing to help and go above and beyond than you.
You're all about making everyone's path clear of obstacles.
You are such a good-hearted person, and you work professionally and efficiently.
The seals that you knitted for the students and staff were phenomenal.
Your warmth and light touch so many because you go beyond the call of duty to help people.
I am always astounded how you can keep things moving.
Your laughter, endless wisdom, and gracious spirit have made my first year working here so wonderful.
And as a direct result, you make us look good.
You have been an incredible way of making everybody feel seen, valued, and uplifted.
And your sense of humor always lifts the spirits of everyone around you.
Am I supposed to guess who this is from?
Is it Luba?
I think it's Kat. Is it Kat?
I have like 3 people in mind.
Andrew or Ajay.
Emily? I have no idea.
It was! Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, Kat. I love Kat.
Yeah, Susie, yeah. Susie's the best.
Oh, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, she's just such a lovely person.
Is it?
I knew it.
It's little things like this that kind of push me forward, you know?
People don't get recognized all the time, so when you do get it, it's such a joy.
I'm grateful that I feel seen at work.
What I did for her was, not a lot, but it meant a lot for her, so that was really special for me.
I made a bunch of crochet seals for the department and I have a great seal master. Yeah, oh, you have one? Oh, I'm so glad they were so appreciated.
We're all stories, and it's so beautiful that each of my team members gets the chance to be a part of our students' stories.
Sometimes when times are tough, they're always there for me. Makes me feel like great.
It's easy to be myself and feel comfortable and, feel positive and feel bubbly, as they're saying, when it's a group that I feel comfortable with.
Maybe those things I see in them, they see reflected in me.
Oh, I love Brown.
Brown is very special.
Oh yeah, this is exactly where I need to be.
there's something in here that's kind of warm from that. You get that choked up feeling right here.
This job is the best job I've ever had. 100% because of the people that I work with and that I get to see every day.
Definitely the people. Yeah.
They didn't have to pass this note, but they did. So it means a lot.
Did we keep these? Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Let's give another. Woo! That is such an awesome video. You can't help but feel bubbly and joyful and appreciative. And you know, when people say, I love Brown, I'm like, yeah, I love Brown, I love our people. And somebody said, well, you know, you make me feel, look good. Well, it's all of you that makes Brown look good. We thank you for all that you're doing. So wasn't that heartwarming? And what a special and deeply genuine way to express how much we mean to one another. I know, I feel in my heart, I do, incredibly full, just to see all the sea of faces. And I hope that inspires each of you to really show appreciation to each other, your colleagues. It doesn't matter if your name wasn't mentioned today. I want you going away knowing we appreciate all that you do. As we heard from the words today, everybody matters. Each of you works so hard, day in, day out, to make Brown as special as it is. But let this be a reminder that even in our busiest days, and I'm talking about myself as well, let's take time to recognize those around us, even for some of the things we may not see, some of the grandiose gestures. It's hard to believe that we had over 85 messages of gratitude that were shared between colleagues across 40 departments here at Brown. And so this year, you can find more of those messages of gratitude on the UHR website, as well as on the message board, which is right here, just right to the corner. So if you didn't get a chance to submit a message, we've got paper, pens, note cards. We want to encourage, let's not let that stop. If you want to pass a card, you can put it on the board and or give it to a colleague in this room. I'd like to, if you don't mind, join me in giving a round of applause once again to Dr. Reverend Janet Cooper Nelson, Dr. Mukesh Jain, Reverend Delphain, and Dr. Wendy Schiller. I'm delighted for them to join us today. Jeff, group, everyone, have fun, enjoy the food, and enjoy the music. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for making this an awesome 2025 Bear Day. Have a great day.